Assalamu alaikum and welcome to a new episode of The Why Teacher. In today's episode, I'm discussing public speaking and the importance of public speaking in the success of your child's life. So gear up for some important points that we are going to discuss today and understand how public speaking can be acquired and practiced as a skill. And even though if you might accept the fact that, some children are very naturally gifted as speakers, I think all parents still want their children to be able to stand up in front of an audience and present their point of view. Because the education model that we are moving towards promotes children's soft skills. And soft skills are all about being able to persuade others, being able to have a voice that is convincing, and finding solution for problems that come through. So that requires a lot of debate, a lot of communication, a lot of discussion. And so keeping that in view, I believe that, the notion of, this child will speak because they should be given an opportunity to speak because, they are naturally gifted while the others can take a back seat is something that doesn't work in education anymore. Every single child needs to be taught the skill of public speaking. So the key element in public speaking is the environment in which the child is performing. And that environment is key to the child's confidence. So when you begin teaching your children about public speaking within your classroom spaces, you have to create that environment where children feel supported, secure, and ready to present. This will happen only when you will create a community of learners who respect and appreciate different voices. So before you even get to the point where you can actually ask a child to stand up and perform, you need to have that class environment where peers appreciate each other's voices, they support each other when in difficult times, and they lend advice to their friends to improve and how to become better at what they do. So you have to have that culture of we are a community and we are going to stick together and we are not going to laugh at each other, we are going to help support each other. So public speaking has a lot to do with the safety that you provide to a child to be able to stand up and speak. Once you are done with the environment, the most important thing then to follow up is understanding the topic and organizing your ideas. So preparing yourself for a speech is the most important element in public speaking. Often children who choose a topic of their own choice, or if the teacher allots them a topic, tend to feel that they have one or two things in their mind and they can stand up and very confidently speak about it. It's only when they actually stand up in front of the classroom, they kind of understand that they didn't anticipate a whole crowd watching them, and they get confused and they get nervous about speaking. So preparing yourself is extremely important. Putting those points on paper and analyzing what your understanding of the topic is extremely important. And so the process will teach them whether they do understand the topic or they need to do a little bit of research to get more information about the topic. Preparation is what is going to make them confident speakers. And so as we touch upon content as an extremely important element in public speaking, it's important to notice that you might have some children in the classroom who do not like to stand up in front of an audience, who refuse to get on the stage to talk to people, based on the fact that they are very self-conscious. So the first thing that you need to do as a teacher is help them understand that public speaking is not about the person that you are, it's not about you. It is about what you're going to say. It is about the content. It's about the topic that you passionately feel about and feel the importance to actually walk up on a stage and talk about it. So children have to believe in what they're saying. And to help them believe in what they're saying, they have to create content that is going to hold the attention of the audience. And so it's not about you. It is about what you're going to say. So as teachers, you know that we also have that lot of students who feel extremely anxious when on stage they feel they've done their part, they've shared their point of view, and now suddenly somebody in the audience has a question. And the question freezes the child because the child is unprepared, does not know, was not anticipating this unpredictable situation where somebody would stand up and ask a question. So children might freeze at that situation, and that might be one of the reasons why they don't want to participate in public speaking events. So to handle the situation, teach the children that it's all right not to be able to answer all questions. It's quite understandable that as human beings, we have knowledge and we do prepare ourselves well, but there will always be things that we don't know. And if we have no answers to a certain question, it's all right to confess to that. It's all right to say that you would like to find out a little more about it. It's all right to stand up and say that this is an aspect you never considered through your speech. So not being able to answer a certain question is all right in public speaking. It is not something to be fearful of and not the reason why you should not take on the stage and talk to people. Another great way to make your children confident as public speakers is to start in a group. So if you have children who absolutely refuse to stand up in front of an audience and make a presentation, be supportive enough to provide them group support, and let the children decide amongst themselves the roles that they want to take on as while they go through the group presentation. This way you're going to still get the point across to the child that their voice is important. They can select how they want to use their voice and for how long they want to use their voice, but these small opportunities inside the classroom will slowly and gradually take the fear away and make them used to being in front of an audience and be able to share in whatever little way they can. And so it is quite understandable that public speaking is the future of our children. It is something that is going to help them develop as critical thinkers and as analysts. And if your classroom is not providing them with these platforms and opportunities, then you are taking away a very important aspect of their learning. Provide children with many platforms to have discussions, give them the support that they need to express themselves, and appreciate their ideas and opinions to make them more confident, whether they feel confident standing alone or with a friend or in a group. Support them through and through every subject, and you would see that gradually with time, children who absolutely were froze at the thought of making a presentation would begin to warm up to the idea of sharing their voice, and you would have done a great favor to them. So until next time, keep those classes running, provide children with the space to express, and tune in for the next episode. Thank you.